What's up, everybody? This is Solo Assassin 45, and I'm pretty much 100% done with YouTube and Facebook. And let me explain why. First off, I had to kind of edit this video in a weird way, like taking out any sort of action or anything that might have a gun in it, and I'm not gonna curse at all or use any sort of language that might get flagged by any sort of YouTube algorithms. Just so in an attempt to get past a potential shadow ban that my channel was under at the moment, so that I can like reach any of my subscribers, any of my 500 subscribers, besides the newest dozen or so, or the newest 10 or so. So yeah, this video is gonna be kind of weird on the visual end, but just put up with it for the next couple of minutes or so. I'll make it quick. Well, I'll try to make this quick. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I start things off with YouTube, so since those are the main subscribers I'm trying to reach, I like to, I'm gonna also include, explanation for Facebook and probably Instagram too, because I think I'm gonna phase that out altogether. But I'm gonna make that a quick 1-minute thing, because that's all you can fit on Instagram, part of why I'm gonna phase that out in the first place. But let's get to YouTube first. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows, like a year ago, this whole ad apocalypse started with PewDiePie saying, yeah, I'm not even, yeah, you already know. But the point is, he said something, and that led to a whole chain of events that basically led to where we are now, where a lot of small channels, basically all small channels, are demonetized. And I'm pretty sure a lot of small channels are like mine, in the situation where they got themselves shadow banned, and they didn't have like enough people constantly, looking for their content in order to prop them up throughout that whole shadow banning and continue to grow. And their channels are more or less in a situation like mine, because as you can see, before all of this started, I was doing okay. I wasn't doing great, but I was doing okay. Then the apocalypse started, and this is the kind of views I'm getting now. Like maybe 5 or 10% of what I used to get at best. So it's kind of like, yeah. And most of those views was coming directly from YouTube and their algorithms, like them just throwing me a bone and putting me on their homepage. And they pretty much just stopped doing that altogether. On top of that, I don't even think my subscribers are even seeing my content anymore. Now, I understand I'm not playing the same games that I used to play before, but I don't, I can understand if they were like, if they were saying, hey, you should, get back to playing that game or whatever, or anything, or any sort of response from any of them, but it's just been like, just nothing, no response or anything. At one point, I was losing a lot of subscribers, and then that just totally stopped. So I kind of get the impression that like the people who are subscribed to my channel don't even remember that they are subscribed to my channel, because they haven't seen any of my content in so long, even though I have been posted on the same schedule as usual for however long. I kind of think that maybe YouTube, part of their shadow banning or whatever they have going on, has been like, delaying my posts on their feed so that it doesn't show up until like maybe 8 or 10, or even a day or two later, who knows. And you might be thinking, but what if you just, censor out the curses and stuff like that, and then, YouTube will start being cool with you? Nah, because, see, most of this apocalypse, I was recording my gameplay with the Game Capture HD software, and I wasn't using my mic on my laptop, so there was no in-game commentary, it was just straight gameplay. So they were basing their censorship of my channel on just, visual elements like guns and people getting exploded or whatever it is that they were determining was, not family friendly or just not a part of whatever it is they wanted to, their channel to be. So here we are now. So the hope is with this visually bland video is that it'll slip past all those little algorithms and whatever other bull. See, I was about to do it again. But it'll slip past whatever it is that's stopping my videos from being seen by my subscribers, and maybe they'll actually see it, and then they could go ahead and subscribe to my Twitch channel where I'm not being censored 24/7, and you guys can actually see some of my content again. I mean, I know I'm not playing the exact same games I was before, but I mean, Destiny's a dumpster fire, so there's that, and Call of Duty stinks, so there's that too, so I had to move on. Now let's move on to Facebook. The Facebook situation is actually just as bad, if not worse, than YouTube as far as platforms go, because they pretty much kind of dismantled themselves, at least from the perspective of like somebody trying to promote a channel or a brand or an event or anything really, because like now they seem to like prioritize outside links. So like any links from anything that's not Facebook related, like those go to the bottom of whatever algorithm that decides what people get to see. On top of that, they change how people actually see posts so that like nothing gets shown chronologically. So if you post, say like, oh, I'm going live on Twitch at whatever time in like 20-30 minutes, most people aren't going to see that until tomorrow or the next day or 2 days later, after that post accumulates whatever amount of likes and views that the algorithm determine, is enough for more people to actually see it. And by then, it's kind of a waste. So between all of those different factors, for me, it's just a waste of time to post on Facebook. Now, I mean, there's a lot of cool people on Facebook that I was, sort of to make friends with and stuff like that. But where I thought I was growing a little community around my content, what I was really doing was just growing, whatever Facebook groups community that I was posting in, and I wasn't really doing anything for myself. And it's like, if I'm not gonna, it was one thing if, when I did post in those groups, like there was no algorithm stepping in and getting away at people actually seeing my content, and then they would just click, whenever it is they felt like it, and then I would get those views from there. Now, it wasn't nearly as much as YouTube, but it was still like, close to a third of my views. But that whole thing just got cut off. So now it's just like, I'm just, giving them content, and the stuff that I post that doesn't have any links, everybody sees it and it gets a ton of likes. But then it's like nobody knows where to go after that. It's like, okay, that's nice, but then, what next? Whereas if I post something with a link, some people, a handful of people will see it, like a small percentage, and they'll click, but the whole large community that I was trying to reach won't never see it. So it's just kind of a waste of time for me to be posting all those groups and all that. And lastly, there's Instagram. Instagram has a similar issue with the whole posting thing and not showing anything in chronological order. But then there's also the fact that from the very beginning of I've been using Instagram, or from the time I started with Instagram, you've never been able to post anything more than one clickable link. So it's like, okay, now nobody sees my content when it's actually posted, when it's relevant as far as time-wise. On top of that, there's only one clickable link in my profile, and the odds of somebody clicking that, going through all of the trouble to click through, from the video to the profile are kind of slim. So it's like, yeah, why am I bothering with this platform too? So yeah, I'm probably not going to be bothering with Instagram anymore either. So to sum things up, if you want to see any more of my content, you're going to either have to subscribe to me on Twitch or follow me on Twitter, because I'm not going to bother with any more of those other platforms. Alright guys, catch you later.